Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I continue playing Seablock. So in the last episode we spent most of the time on trying to landfill this city blocks. We wanted to landfill the whole block and that's what I'll continue doing today because I want to have at least first 2x2 block of city blocks, or let's say one rail kind of square done. And another thing that we discovered is the transformer that comes as part of Power Overload mod. And as you can see, what's actually happening here is this network, this network produces the power and it's giving some of this power of the transformer to the main network. And you can also see how much power is actually produced. We also discovered that such connection, kind of direct connection through a transformer, can actually put too high of a load on the provider network and cause it to kind of black out itself. So ideally, I want to have a power switch right before that with accumulator, like, you know, the standard kind of setup. But I'm not gonna think about this just yet. Hopefully the chests that we have here are enough of a buffer. So we see there's like 1000 and this is 75% full, which is, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Right, let's continue what we've been doing. And we've been landfilling stuff. So I want to landfill lots of things. I want to landfill this area. I want to also landfill this part. And the problem here is that we have this biters, medium worms. We will be able to deal with them. It just, you know, it might take a bit of time, but we'll do that at some point. Okay, let's see. Is this actually enough? Should I maybe place another couple of rows? Right, and while we're at it, I'd like to do it like this. Nice. So we have lots of robots working again. That's great. Okay, so here we have an inserter flying. I want to change it to one gun inserter. Nice. One thing to keep an eye on is the research. So the research has been pretty slow all the time because of carbon, I believe. So what I want actually to do now, let's pause this research a bit and let's continue researching LTN network. I should have done it in the last episode. I should basically have left military science, just, you know, accumulate in the box over here. But I didn't kind of think about that. Didn't come up with this idea. It's fine. Let me just color. Oh no, not like this. I don't want. I want the lines to be like really accurate. So the lines that separate our blocks, city blocks, from each other and from the rail, and it will look. It's supposed to look pretty nice. Sorry, still coughing. But hopefully I will be able to catch all the coughs in the, like, while I'm rendering everything, so you will not have to deal with it. But we'll see. Okay, so now what we want? We want to get turret, which I'm gonna place it here, and let's plop it down like this. How much electricity do we have? Oh, this is an interesting line. It's so funny to look at the robots, and we basically don't have any robots remaining. Let's see what's happening here. So, you see, this network gets the load through the transformer, and that's the part that I don't quite like. Same one here. It gets pretty high load. So, good thing is that we are able to turn them off pretty quickly, but on the other hand, it wouldn't really help us. I mean, it kind of would. It would at least allow the network to recover. I wonder. So all of this seems to be correct, to be honest. 36 dimensions, and here we have 12 dimensions. Looks good. Looks good. Let's see. Yeah, this, unfortunately, like the way I'm dealing with medium worms, I'm sacrificing sniper turrets to get the job done, and basically I'm placing them barely in range of the medium worm. The range is the same, 30 versus 30, except we have just one worm and I have a lot of sniper turrets. So this allows me to kind of fix the, well, not fix, but deal with the worms. Maybe like this. I'm not actually sure. Let's say copy it somewhere here. Okay, we managed to do that. Okay, let's see what else can we do. We need to figure out what to do here, right? And maybe this sniper turret actually, no? Let me expand it a little bit further down. We also want to start slowly landfilling these areas. So, you know, like now might be a good time for that. It certainly seems... looks like that to me. Okay, let's move all of this here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, considering that I'm still not filling the areas down here. Or maybe I should. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so this turret, in theory, should clear both of this. Could even place it like this. Nice. Let's prepare for this part. I'm not sure how much to remove. Are they small? No, these are medium ones, meaning that I should barely touch them. So I think something like this looks good. So yeah, that turret will deal with this biters, this will deal with this ones. I also need to deal with this set of biters, small and medium worm. So let's see, we can be there. Here we have two medium ones. I also like to deal with these ones. Okay, I have a feeling that this might take a little bit longer, which is okay. It's okay. And this one is a small worm. We cannot deal with this one quite yet, but we'll be able to pretty soon. Okay, let's see. We have this thing right here. Okay, we managed to deal with with the nest of worms over there, and we should do the same here. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Like this. I mean, I could start landfilling this part. What our robots are doing? They're not doing anything particular, so... Alright, this is gonna be tricky, by the way. This one. I feel like we might lose some turrets over there, and I think we lost something here. Let's place a rubber... Oh, not rubber part, radar. Where is our radar? It's our radar. Let's place it. Oh, look at this. I found an awesome space radar. Yep, that's how I will be placing them. I'll just be placing them all over the place, more or less. Because I want the builds to be symmetrical, but this will be the place for my radar. We'll probably have too many, you know. It's okay, at least it fits kind of nicely in here. Because I couldn't fit Roboport there because of the rails, like this rail. But radar fits. It's only 3x3. Okay, let's see. They... Oh no, no. Big worm. Wait, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. I cannot deal with big fireworms. So that means that I cannot finish building the city blocks. I just cannot. That means that I need to have blue signs in order to research plasma turret. Right, this one. I need to have blue signs, and I actually need a lot of blue signs. 2.2 thousand. Wow. That is very bad. I'm unable to finish the plans here. I do have the power. Well, that warrants change of plans, right? I think so. I think we need to research blue signs. I feel like we need to, and we have to do it before expanding because we don't, like, we can't get the space to do the expansion. Like, we don't have space to do like proper city blocks on like blue signs level. Wow, that is that's a surprise. We can place it here, we're a little bit out of range. That's a surprise. Let's see what we need for the blue signs. I want to just focus on this for a moment. So we need a line of 7. Let's just try to build this, because I think we have everything ready. I just wasn't, like, you know, oh, we don't have everything ready. We do not actually have blue signs researched. How do we find it? Let's say if you found a random blue tech, it will probably be behind blue signs, and it's called Unilift atomic manipulator. Okay, atomic, that's the way we search for it. That was surprising. One moment, I'm getting a call. And it's missed. Who's calling me? Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. So this part looks like it's able to research. It's actually consuming the science, green science, because we are short on iron. Yeah, it will take a while for us to get there. But one thing, do I need to continue researching logistic trade networks? That's the question. I'm not sure. I kind of want it, but at the same time, like, it's fine. It's 3000, and as we saw on the path to this one, actually, we don't have that many researchers. I'm gonna cancel it, and I'm going to focus on what's important. And this is the important part. Let's see, we need this one. And solar panels. Even though I'm not gonna use them, this is the important research. What's happening? What's going on? I'm not sure. We are not gonna touch the spot. Why? Oh, I get it now. We're just losing cannons. Oh, sorry, cannons, turrets. We're just losing them. This one has big worms. We cannot do anything about them. Range 38. This one as well. Yeah, but now at least it's almost able to kill medium worm. Yeah, that's not what I expected, to be honest. That's not what I was planning on. But it's okay. How does this part work? Yeah, it has to move a little to the side. Around here. I was seeing whether I can like place the rails right here, but I don't think I can, at least not quite yet. So now that we have almost everything here ready for the rails. Right, I wanted to clear this area as well. Medium worms. We can deal with medium worms. So medium, this is a small one, so I kind of need a little bit more. So something like this. And I will... Let's place it like this. What's going on? Alright. It's okay. It will be dealt with at some point. Nice. This one is outside of the range. It's also okay. We'll just slowly be moving the spot further and further. Easy. Now, what should we do? Why do we have this thing here? I'm surprised. We are not supposed to have it. I guess I copy-pasted from like wrong place or something. It's the only explanation I have. Okay, this looks pretty good. Next, we're not gonna touch this part. We're not gonna touch this part. This one. And this ones. These are big poison worms. We are not touching the medium ones. We can actually deal with these medium ones. Like this, right? Okay, so let's place it down here. And let's check again. Medium ones. I don't think I need the last two lines, to be honest. Well, actually no, I need this one. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's try something like this. And we need network coverage. Okay, that's good enough. Was I'm not sure. So let's take a look at the logistic network coverage. Let's place another one here to connect all of them together. That's pretty good. And with that connection done, I can actually disconnect this part, I think. No, I couldn't do that, but we can fix it easily. It's okay. We'll just fix the part. So now I will try to actually build some iron, I think here. So let's see. I want the city blocks, like, let me go to some corner, let's say this corner, right? I want city blocks to kind of work like this. Like, we have left-hand side rails, rail network, right? Direction. So it means that trains going kind of counterclockwise. So they start here, they go to the intersection, then they turn left. And let's look at this corner, like at this city block. I don't quite have enough radar coverage, but we can fix it easily. Right? So that's pretty much our radar coverage. So they're coming from here and they're turning left. And this is the city block. I want one side of it to dedicate, like to be used, like one station to be used for requesting things, another station to be used for providing things. And let's see what's like a better way of placing stations. If I place requester station here, it means that all trains have to pass through the intersection above. So all of them have to pass through that path to reach here. Which I guess is fine, but I mean they have to pass somewhere and then they have like required to go through these two sides of the city block to deliver materials. On the other hand, if I and the same thing for provider chest, right? If I provide thing here, it will have to kind of travel through this side and then it will be able to change direction. So this side will be using traffic from here all the time. On the other hand, if I do it differently, let's say if I place a provider, sorry, requester just here, it would mean that trains can come to this intersection from any direction, and then they would have to just, you know, get the, like, they will deliver materials, but, you know, they will still have to go through this path. So the load on the sites doesn't really change. The only problem, like, not problem, but the only difference is how I think about this corner, like, how I think about the city block. Whether I think about it as, like, trains having to do stuff on this intersection and on that intersection, or do I think about it in terms of, like, this city block is putting a load only on this intersection? Because, like, if I swap them, right, if I say deliveries come here, it means that they have to go through this intersection to come here. And if I say outputs are coming from here, it kind of leaves more room to, not exactly more room. I don't think it actually matters. I don't think it actually matters how I place requester and provider. And with this design of city blocks, I can do it either way. Right? I can kind of change the orientation of, like, the placement of requester and provider. I can swap them on a kind of per block basis. Interesting. So, what if I make this one a requester and this one a provider? The good thing is that then, if I have two blocks in a row, then I could have this block providing something, and the next one is able to request something. And I will save, like, all of this can be done without going through any intersections. So in that sense, it's good, right, to have requester part here and the provider part here, provided I can actually kind of chain the blocks in, like, properly, so that adjacent blocks are dealing with and are using each other outputs. You know, I'll try to go like this. I'll try to do it like this. This will be requester and this will be provider, meaning that here this side will request things and this side will provide things, which is I guess it's okay. And this will be giving us a lot of ORES, so the trains will move like this, and then they'll probably turn here. To make, like, a circle. I mean, it's okay. The trains will have to... Yeah, I'm not sure I like this. Like, for this part, I probably want requester one to be here and provider one to be here. Just because it leaves more kind of nice connections, you could say. So it could be requester and here provider. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So we'll be getting some stuff delivered in these warehouses. I am not gonna use warehouses for now. I'll just do it with belts, because I'm just trying to... I essentially want to move the sorting part over here. And this block will be... How do I place tag? Snapping. 32 icon. Now, do I want to make it like really, really nice? I think I do. So this one, the goal of this block will be to produce iron ingots. Wait, snapping. It's really strange. Let's say 16. So this one will be iron ingots. Right in the middle. But it's not all, right? I don't want to be just iron ingots. I want to be iron ingots and let's say manganese ingots. I actually want to use... can I move them? Shift? No, Control? I cannot move them. Okay. Let's say we add an attack. We add an attack for the iron ingots. Let's place it here. I also want attack for manganese ingot, because I want to use manganese. We also need to produce some iron ore, and I'll be doing it in the same place. And I want to produce manganese ore, and I'll do it also here. This chest is lacking a rubber part. Let's fix the problem. Oh, no. Okay, it's good. And I needed to connect these ones. Right, to get better coverage. Nice. So, I know what will be happening in here. I'll be producing a lot of iron ingots. In the next block, which I guess will be here, I can produce plates for that. No. Do I want to produce plates in the same area? No, I don't want to produce plates. I'm even not sure about production of the ingots in here, to be honest. Because there will be other producers of iron ore. And I want all iron ore to be recycled. So maybe what I could do, maybe instead I can produce iron ingots in here. It's a bit hard to properly align the things, to be honest, that we don't have a grid yet. Let's see. So this one I also misalign these ones. It's okay. I'm not going to misalign this one though. So here we will place, actually not here. Here I will have the ingots, and I will also have steel ingots produced in the same block, because why not? And for now, I guess it will be temporarily, or probably temporarily. I'll be producing copper plate, iron plate here, and I will be producing steel. What is steel? Steel plates right here. And I don't need this one. This will be just manganese. Actually, this is the right placement. Manganese, iron, and iron ore, and manganese ingots. I will have to change the thing here. Have to change the placement. Delete. Let's do this. Iron plate will have to be here. steel plate will have to be here, and steel ingot will have to go here. Right? This is the block for these three things. And with that we have an ingot, and we have we have iron plate, and we have steel plate. And I want to do kind of the same thing here. I want this one to be about copper. So let's say we add a tag for copper ore. But I want to use like a combo mix to whatever the recipe that gives copper, and the output is copper and tin. So I want to also produce tin, and I can in the same place export copper ingots. That is for now. I mean, this whole thing can be like redesigned later on, obviously. And in here, I will want to export tin ingots. This is tin, right? It looks like tin. Does it? Does it actually look like tin? Okay, let's say it does. Right, this is tin. It's not nickel. Yeah, I chose tin here. Nice. What am I doing? So we know what will happen here. And another thing that I want to happen right here is actually production of copper. So we'll have copper and tin delivered here. Can produce copper plates, tin plates. Let's see what we can actually produce here. We can produce copper plates. That's that I think is reasonable. Can produce tin plates. Right, let's just do it. We'll have tin plates. We can also produce what is built from copper. I want this to be the major consumer of like. They place this ones incorrectly again. Yep. Okay, let's move everything by one tile. This one is here. This one will be here. I will need some ores, right? This tin ore will be here, and this one will be copper ore. So we have copper, we have tin. Let's check. Let's first of all check on the signs. What's missing? We are missing copper. We need a lot of copper, and we don't really have it, unfortunately. Let's see. Copper. Copper ingots. What is produced from it? We can super easily produce some bronze, right? Very easily. Produce bronze. And we can even do it from nickel in theory. So we can have it. We cannot be like a consumer of nickel if you wanted to. Okay, copper and zinc produces brass, but I want the brass to be produced where I'm like generating zinc. And bronze. Right. This is bronze. Copper, tin, zinc. Okay, we can also consume zinc to get bronze. Brass, as I said, I wanted to be with zinc. So again, brass. Solder. No, solder is tin and lead. But here we can do it with silver. Very interesting. I did not know it. this recipe existed. And we have aluminium, where the main thing is aluminium ingot. So I would say in here, I will limit myself to copper, tin, and to the bronze. Bronze. This is bronze. We have bronze, so right here. So we have copper, we have tin, and we have bronze. Nice. That's the plan for this city block. And unfortunately, we have big worms here that prevent me from actually doing what I wanted to do. However, I can still do this part, for example. I can move the sorting of iron from here to here. I can slowly work on that. And I will not be able to do the same for copper and for tin. It's okay. That is okay. We have a lot of copper anyway. At least it seems so. It looks like we have a lot of it. What's an issue? We also have charcoal. What's the actual problem with copper? Why we have not enough copper? We don't have enough oxygen. Is that really the reason? Is it as simple as that? Not enough oxygen? In that case, we can easily fix it, right? We just add some oxygen here and remove this down by one. Remove this one a bit. We place something like this, I guess. And we connect everything. Right, and here's our oxygen. And now we have a lot of oxygen. This we should. So we'll have copper production fixed. Actually now, I feel like we have enough military science. We can actually... I really want to finish this one. I really want to finish blasting charges. Okay, let's get back to what we've been doing. We've been trying to design this part. Let's see. So we'll have lots of stuff requested by the chain from here, or like from other places. What do we actually need? We want to produce iron ore, and I want to use two recipes here. I want to use this recipe, crushed ferrous mixture, to give us a lot of iron ore and manganese, and I want it backed up by a little bit of like pure iron, of this one, mineral catalyst, crushed saphirite, javelite. So it requires saphirite, javelite, mineral catalysts, obviously, and saphirite, javelite, catalyst, and rubite. So these are 4 inputs that we need. We will also need something to power blast furnaces, and I think they need charcoal. So we'll either produce charcoal in place, or we'll produce it externally. I'm thinking about producing it externally, maybe. Is there a way of... is there an efficient way of transporting charcoal? Wood bricks. wood pellets. Wait, I can build it from wood pellets? I don't think it's possible. I have to use wood bricks. That's very strange. I don't think this is the real recipe. Yeah. So it's like 5 times difference, but do I want to bother about like fuel to start up the process? Whatever, let's say we have charcoal available. Let's say we just have charcoal produced somewhere like in a central area, let's say somewhere here or here, we'll figure it out. Probably, I don't want to guess, but I'll have charcoal somewhere. And it will be exported, right? I mean, right now I have basically this part producing charcoal. I might as well just export it on the rails here, and it will be fine. For the most part, it's not producing a lot of charcoal, so there is that. Right. So I want to design it more or less properly from the beginning, and then we'll figure stuff out. So let's see. Let's try and use Helmut for that. So we want to produce iron. Where is iron? Iron should be here. We want a lot of iron. And by a lot, let's say we want a full yellow belt of iron. Right? We can do it. Full yellow belt. For that we need obviously like sapphirite, jewelite, whatever. This is around the recipe, by the way. I wanted this one. This is the main recipe that I plan on using. And say I want full belt of it. Means that I need 15 certain facilities. That's a lot. And for that, I'll need 4 crushers. Okay. That's one way of doing it. And if I wanted a pure one, let's say I want to have a pure one as well. Recipe, and I want 15. I'm not actually planning on building it to be able to supply. Or maybe I do. No, I don't. So in order to produce 15 iron here, we need just 5 or certain facilities. And you know what? Let me change it to second tier because it's a bit faster. So it's 4 to 10, or it's basically 2 to 5. And if I make this ones a bit faster, 3 to 10. Interesting. Actually, not 3, it's like 2.5 to 10. So 1 ore crusher goes to 4 certain facilities. At least it seems so, right? So let's see. We have 1, like 4 certain facilities, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And all of this is coming from 1 crusher. So if we have 1 crusher. So we do have all of this. And I could... let's say we are using loaders here. I could place loader here, here, and here. I can basically provide... I want to change, by the way, this thing. I think it's time to change, to upgrade to yellow belts and yellow everything. We are pretty far in the game. So that should be... I want to have loader here. Right, so we can have this as the input. And have this as the output, or something like this, something along these lines, where I will be producing this thing, cache ferrous mixture, and we will be sorting this one and getting lots of useful stuff as a result. So the main question, is the ratio really 1 to 4? Because I thought the ratio is 1 to 3 in the past. That's what I thought at least. Let's double check. 2.5 crushers to 10. Yes, it's 1 to 4. And we need 3 copies of it. Nice. That's pretty good actually. It's looking nice. So we can have 3 of them. And this should produce a lot of iron ore and manganese ore. Actually, it's so much that they're unable to travel on one belt. Yep. Let's say we want to set a limit, like one thing here. It will be producing 6 plus 6. So this fits on one belt. This would fit on one belt. But 2 of them already kind of wouldn't. Let's think. How do I want this to look? So in total we're producing 15 and 15, so it's full belt of iron and full belt of manganese. I kind of want to sort them here maybe. Let's say we want to have iron on the left. Right, and this way, so if we have iron on the left, it's here, and we have it merged like this. So this is iron, nice, and this is manganese. But it's not actually looking very nice yet, because I want it to be a little bit more compact here. How can I make it more compact? I can move it by 1 tile right there, and we can merge them like this. Yes, I think that's the way. So I moved it by 1 tile. And have iron and manganese. Does it look correct? Also, make it a little bit nicer here. Not that it matters, but doesn't really hurt either. So I have 1 full belt of yellow belt of iron and 1 full yellow belt of manganese. Manganese. I will want to have some extra iron produced, but we'll think about that part a bit later. So I want some... actually, maybe I should just do it further down the line here. Because I don't want this one to be priority. So if, let's say, I'm sending like belts with input over here, I should be able to produce, like, to consume something extra further down the line. Let's actually think about it. So first of all, I want all of this to be rotated like this, and I'm not going to have like any extra space. I guess I'm not leaving any extra space here. Maybe. Let's place it like this. The second part that we need this sorting. And here we require... We need 5 sorting facilities, just 5. They can take mixed belt of crushed sepharite and crushed javelite, and they will need some extra, like specifically mineral catalysts. So they can basically have full belt of these things, but they will need a bit of extra. Let's do this. So how would I fit all of that? Okay, we'll come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. The output would remain pretty much the same, right? Because we just want... We're just having just one output, the iron. And we will be merging all of this. We merged all of that. And now the problem is that we are a little bit low here. So let's move us a tiny bit up. And this is it essentially, right? Because now we can tell the splitter to prioritize taking things from the right. And this basically makes this whole thing work. We can also give it a lot of crushed sepharite and crushed javelite, right? We can just give it like this. Kind of in a way similar to how we've been fitting that part. Pretty much exactly the same. Like this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should look pretty nice overall. The only problem here is that we need something extra. We need what's the name? We need these mineral catalysts. And in order to fit mineral catalysts, like this is gonna be a bit trickier, right? Because how would we do that? First of all, let's add some power poles. Oh, nice. We even got lucky here. There is like no connection. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it kind of looks good. Maybe. Can even connect them a bit here. Okay. Right, this is the extra one. I don't need this one. Right, now it looks a bit better. And what I want to fit this with some inserters. So how would I do that? I can have an inserter feeding stuff right here, I guess. right here. Here, right here, here, and here. Because we want to this. We will have inserter, 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 inserter. And you know, it kinda it's looking pretty nice so far. I like what I see. So I have two belts coming in. This one will have inserters, taking stuff from it. This one will be rotated a little bit, right? There is not enough power for some reason. Why we don't have power? Right, because these things are not connected. We can connect them like this. So we connected basically our power lines, but this inserter doesn't have coverage. But it's not a big deal, because what we can do and what we are gonna do, we are just gonna place them like this. We'll make it a little bit compact. And it should work from now on. Right, so this part is going to work. I'd like to wait for it to be built fully. And I'll copy exactly the same build later on for the copper and tin production, so it will be like exactly the same design. Because there is like really no difference. We are missing a bit of belts, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. So the question, what to do next? What do we have? We have, I can't really see it very nicely. Okay, I can see it now. Nice. So we have, we basically did these two things. The only other part that needs to be done in this area is manganese ingots. And the thing is, I am not actually sure how to produce them. So there are two recipes: manganese soy charcoal, and another one that we kind of have access to, some manganese cathodes. What are this? Processed manganese, sulfuric acid. You know, I don't want to think about that. We can upgrade it later, but because I guess we could use palette side. Oh wait, there are 3 tiers of it. Yes, there are 3 tiers. For now, I'll just have it at manganese 1. This one, very straightforward. We just need some charcoal. So we'll have some charcoal just for this. But I do have lots of space remaining in here. Interesting. So I have space. So in theory, I could double it if I wanted, right? I can, like, this build is, it can be mirrored like this. And there is barely enough space. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So the question, should I mirror it or not? Because if I mirror it, it will be kinda nice, to be honest, to have it mirrored. I might have not quite enough space in between. Like I might not have quite enough space right here, and Where is gonna be the output station? The output station will be on the left side, over here. But there are only 2 outputs, right? 3 outputs. I can build them like here. It's possible to build them somehow. We'll figure that part out. But maybe what I should do, maybe I should make this part a bit more compact. Because in theory, let's say we have this line, right? And we decided that this is how we are building things. But, like, outputting things. But it doesn't have to be like this, right? We can... Let me think. We can rotate this part and make it look like this. Can we? Not quite. We can have it look like this, so that it's a bit more compact. And then, from that moment on, we can kind of copy the same thing and save 2 tiles. You know what? I'd like to save 2 tiles, because it's 2 tiles here, 2 tiles there, meaning more space to deliver everything that I want. Yep, and we'll have some space for manganese somewhere here. Okay, let's see. I want this changed. I want this changed. Wait. Why did it work here? Oh, it worked here because I checked it for the last one. It doesn't actually work here. Can I still make it a bit nicer? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure anymore. So let's say we have this part. We're mixing them and we are saying on the left we are giving you iron, and on the right you have manganese. Now the problem is how to merge all of that. Because the iron, let's say, it could be merged like this. We could have an iron going here, and we are merging the iron. The manganese part can be going here, and it could also be merged, and there is enough distance for them. So why don't we use this design? It saves even more, it saves 3 tiles. Let's check. So we have iron on the left, merged into iron, manganese on the right, merged into manganese. Yes, this is much better. I don't know what I've been thinking before that, but this is the way we are gonna do things. 1, 2, I guess 3, even though this one will probably need to be tweaked a little bit. Will need to be tweaked because we don't actually have manganese here, we just have a regular iron. Yes, this is it. This is the build that we will use. Okay. I think it looks awesome. And it saved us 3 tiles here. The only part that's missing is that this one should prioritize iron that we receive from over there. So this one should prioritize iron from the left, and here we obviously want this recipe. Yeah. Awesome. Looking good so far. It's looking pretty good. I can move it a bit down. And move it. And delete this part, since it's not really needed much. And I can try and figure out how to fit different things here. Because what we need crushed sapphirite, crushed javelite, and crushed rubite. So, and how much do we need them? We need 4 plus, no wait, so 10 plus 10 plus 10. That means that, yeah, we need to figure out, I want to see how much space I have for this part. Let's say I want to have one going like this, another would is a good way to do this. Okay, doesn't work so far. How can I do this part? 1, 2, 3. Except I need some space in between them. Maybe 1, 2. And now we'll need a third one for this one. But the thing with the third one, it doesn't have to be over there, right? I can just have it right here. And I feel it's gonna be much, like, significantly easier to do it like this, right? If I have third one coming here. 1, 2, 3. Change this one. I might be able to make it even more compact. And I kind of want to try to do that in order to build the output over there, to have like some space for the output. So this part so far is looking pretty good, to be honest. I will make it like look very, very similar. And I can change maybe this thing to be a bit better. Something like this. So I have stuff going there. 1, 2, 3. And the only thing missing is this input. That can also be quite compact, to be honest. It can be very, very compact, like this. Right, so let's copy it. It fits quite. But now, whatever, probably works just fine. Oh, right. This is the thing. I want to keep these two ones going because I want to merge them for this one. Right. So let's see. This is it, right? So we have 3 belts coming in. And It's looking good. Now, what I need to do? This thing will figure it out somehow. I need this to be a bit more compact, and I feel like we can do it like this. Awesome. And here we are just going to merge them. How do we do it? We can merge them like this, right? I think it's looking beautiful. Like, it's awesome what we came up here with. I need to delete all of this part. Let's copy this. Update it, and I'll copy this part as well. Great. This is looking great. What else do we need? We need mineral catalysts, right? We need to deliver mineral catalysts somewhere in the middle. Let's say we do it like this. So we have mineral catalyst, which we can also deliver right there. Nice. Check this out. This is our iron ore production build. We will, I'll need to connect it to this warehouses somehow. I'm not quite sure how. So the thing is, I'll need to get mineral catalyst from both, and let's say I'll do it here. So this will be for mineral catalyst. Then we'll have 3 lines like here and here delivered from these warehouses. The thing is with this build, if I'm delivering stuff to warehouses in more or less equally, I don't need to use like a splitter to ensure equal consumption, because these builds can kind of use each warehouse independently, and at the end, if some of them runs out of resources, the other will be able to balance stuff out. And also, we didn't get to that yet, but when I'm playing with 1-2 trains with warehouses, I usually insert a balancing mechanism right in the middle, so small deviations will be balanced out, and long term, eventually the warehouses will be almost balanced. So I just need to make sure that the load is somewhat even on them, and this is symmetrical, so it's essentially exactly even over a longer time period anyway. One thing that's missing here, there is one thing that is missing, and that is how we are handling manganese, right? Because in the end, we want this part. We want to have manganese, and I think we want 15 of manganese, because we are producing 15 manganese ore, and manganese ore by itself, it's useless to us. It's completely useless. What can we do from it? Yeah, we can only produce ingots. So that is what we will be doing, and to do that, wait a moment. Manganese ingot. It requires charcoal. And this thing, it's not manganese. It's not. It was copper. Here, manganese ingot. And as I said, we want 15 of those. So it requires 3 blast furnaces. We need 3 Actually 2. We can do it with just 2 red blast furnaces. And we'll be burning charcoal here. Right. So we need a bit of charcoal delivered. And the question is, do I want this to be delivered or do I want it to be produced in place? Because we do have enough space, maybe, for charcoal. I'm not actually fully sure about that. So this build was producing 2.4 charcoal. Wow, that's a lot actually. That's a lot of charcoal to just, right place. That's a lot of charcoal. It might make sense to produce it in place, now that I think about it. We kinda do have space for some of it anyway. Because these 2 blast furnaces, it doesn't take much, you know, to do it. I might even not stockpile manganese ore. I might just avoid stockpiling it because there's not much purpose in doing that when I can stockpile the final output manganese ingot. But the charcoal part, that is a bit trickier. What are our options for charcoal? Okay, let me think about it, what to do with charcoal. We pretty much designed this build. I mean, if we want it to like be properly designed, I guess we should do something like put down a couple of furnaces here or something. And we can, in theory, build like charcoal right here. So I need to decide whether I want to build it or not, build charcoal or not, because then what I'll do, I'll just can actually do it even now. I can move it. What? Oh, I copied it. I can cut it, paste it, let's say here, or maybe a little bit lower. And actually, the thing is, if I decide to build it a little bit lower, I can combine these two. I can combine mineral catalysts on one belt. There's not a lot of point in keeping 2 belts. On the other hand, it doesn't really hurt, so maybe I'll just keep it with like 2 belts. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, these 2 outer lines should be saphirite and javelite, and the side one, the inner, well, the outer one, I guess you could say, will be rubite. So this is the build. Well, the beginning of the build. It's not really working. That's kind of what I had in mind so far. And let's think what to do with charcoal, because actually, you know, I like the idea of producing charcoal here, because it can also output excess charcoal if needed. So charcoal is used only for optional output for manganese one. And the priority here is the iron ore. So if I can fit in charcoal build here, that will be really, really awesome, to be honest. So yeah, iron is pretty slow for us, and that's the problem. Yeah, we are basically short on iron. Not really surprising, considering that we, for some reason, need 500 belts. Okay. Thanks for watching. That was episode 39. And see you in the next one. Cheers!